Hello, YouTube. Man, it's Black Society TV. Uh, I want to talk to y'all about um, Trae the Truth, his daughter being missing, taken from him by her mother. You know, and if y'all see her, y'all please say something. And I'm gonna tell y'all why I take an interest in this. In this story. First of all, Trey the Truth, he does a lot for Houston. He helps out a lot. He gives back to the city. He's a good dude. Give back to the city. He's a good dude. He helps out when there's any kind of disaster. Anything. He helps out. So I think the community should come together and and help him out with his situation with his baby, Truth, coming up missing and taken by her mother. Now, I also want to talk about why this is a situation that really needs to be sought after, because it seems like when it when it happens to a man, no one cares. The authorities don't care. They don't see it as important. They tell the father that it's nothing he can do because uh, the child is with their mother. Uh, I think a lot of laws need to change when it comes to that. I feel like if any any parent that has a child, or let's not even say custody, let's just say the child is just, y'all both have full custody or whatever. I feel like if any parent runs off with a child to where nobody can find them, nobody know where they're at, I feel like that should be seen as kidnapping. Point blank. I think it should be seen as kidnapping. Because kidnapping should be just what it says, no matter who the person is. Kidnapping, meaning you took that kid, stole that kid, and ran off from the biological parent who still have rights to their child. How the law is, it really for men, if you take your child and try to run off with your child, oh, they're gonna lock you up no matter what. If it's a woman, it's always, oh, well, the child is with the mother, like the man had no part in making the child, which is crazy, which is crazy, plain out crazy. So let me tell you a situation that happened with me. When my daughter was little, her mother uh, decided that she wanted to run off with my daughter, and I'll tell you how she did it. And the thing is, everything, when you're young, you have arguments, you have things that happen. Which you could work things out. You can work things out, but some people just don't want to work things out. Um, she wanted to go back to her hometown and move back to her hometown. I didn't want to move to her hometown. Uh, Her friends were pressuring her to move back to her hometown and stuff like that, and telling her she should do this and do that. She listened to her family and everything, and none of these people were going to help her out. None of these people. And I'm taking care of everything working, but she just wanted to move back to her hometown. Sometimes women want to do that. They want to move back to their hometown. So we went to a a book fair for her son. So when we went into the, when she went inside the book, because she told me, she said, well, you want to just sit outside, and just, and some told me to go in. I should have went into that book fair, but I didn't. So she went into the book fair, and I'm sitting outside in the car, and I'm wondering, like, and after I tell y'all this, I feel like it should have been a crime. But she went into the book fair, and she was in there for a long time. So I'm like, wait a minute, man. Hey, it's taking a long time. So then I see two female cops come on side of each door of my car, and they knock on the window, and they like, oh, well, what are you still doing here? You know, Mr. So and so. I'm like, wait a minute, what you mean? My wife and my daughter is in there, and they say, no, they're not. And I'm like, wait a minute, wait a minute, what do you mean? No, they're not. They say, no, they're not. They left out the back of the school with in a cab, and they're gone. And then so I looked, like cause I was distraught, and I looked up, and I seen my daughter passing by in a cab, waving her hand at me, and she was only 4 years old at the time, and she was waving her hand at me like bye. Man, I broke down. Like that was the most heart gut wrenching thing that has ever happened to me ever in life. And I broke down, grown man. I broke down. I started crying. And the police officers, they were like, they felt bad. The two female police, they were like, man, look, you shouldn't. And they told me, they said, you should never be with a person like that. A person that's gonna do something like that, treacherous. They say you should never be with a person like that, because she made it seem like everything was all good, just to be devising a plan to get away. So uh, I didn't hear from her till like 2 3 months down the line. She was moving from city to city with all of her people. Um, just moving from city to city, and then she finally ended up back at her hometown. After a while, and man, it took me a while just to even get to see my child, and also till this day, my child and I relationship are not the same because of all the things that she fed her, all the things she told her, and then with the court system and things like that. Um, I finally got my child back and got custody of her, and a racist judge decided that he's been reprimanded for he's deceased now, but he was reprimanded for and everything because I complained, but he sent for my daughter to come back, and she wasn't even born in the city where my ex-wife was from. She born in the city where I'm from. Okay, so this judge sent a notice for me to bring my daughter back to the city where she wasn't even born. Okay, that should be against the law. Uh, you know, because he wanted to, just because he wanted to. And I'd already had her in school and everything, doing my father thing. I mean, hey, she was good. But again, the law isn't on the man's side, especially not in Texas. It's not on our side, and it shouldn't be like that. It should be a two-way street. It should not be like that. But to this day, my daughter and our relationship is not perfect at all, and it's because of that situation. If the law would have stood behind me and said, "Hey, you know what? Oh no, this is not right. We have to get her back because I mean she's kidnapping. She's running off, hiding, with the child and everything else." But this is a situation that the government, which they probably won't, should look at and say, "Hey, you know what? We got to give men more rights to their children also." But I understand the situation that Trae Troop is going through, and like I said, the law doesn't stand behind us when it comes to that. It's always, well, she's with the mother, so it is what it is, and it shouldn't be like that. And especially if he has custody, especially if he has custody of his daughter and she runs off, that should really be kidnapping, and she should have charges filed on her. But if y'all like what I said, y'all like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel, and tell me what y'all think.